What's up, guys? I decided today, I didn't have anything to do for B-rolls, so I decided to show you what it's like that I have to walk up and down to my work truck every morning on this, death run of just pure ice. It's absolutely terrifying simply by the fact that I'm carrying all my photography gear and my camera in my hands and in my backpack and all that kind of stuff. I'm just afraid that I'm gonna slip and drop it all or fall on it and it's all just gonna break and all my money's gonna go to waste. Today marks Friday. I'm actually really excited about this weekend, although I have to work on Saturday because I missed one of the days because of snow. I need to make up that money, but I'm really excited for Monday because I have a package that I finally got to order that I've been waiting for a very long time. So hopefully I'll be able to have a special video out for that. I'm gonna try to dedicate the whole entire week to doing this video and see what I can come up with and see what I can do. I don't know how far it's gonna go or how well that video is going to be, but some of you might already know or should be able to guess what that video should be entailing in terms of what I'm getting on Monday, but I don't want to say it just yet until I have it in my hands, but it's definitely been shipped and it's supposed to be coming on Monday, which my boss awesomely let me swap Monday with Saturday, which means that I won't work Monday. I'll be working Saturday instead so I can sit home and sign for it since nobody else is really going to be home to be able to sign for that in my absence. It's getting a little bit warmer. I don't think it's full on going to be spring yet outside. There's still a bunch of snow and it's just nice to have a couple warm days, I guess, you know what I mean, where you don't have to freeze all the time. I can't wait until warmer days like that fall day, because with fall you can get some really nice photos with all the leaves. Or sorry, spring. We already went through fall. Well, I already got my fall photos, but spring, I can't wait for spring just because it's the hoodie weather. I like only wearing a sweatshirt, and I just can't wait to see what kind of photos that I can get out of it with nature. And I also have a couple people, at least one person lined up that wants to shoot during springtime, so that definitely makes me very excited and I can't wait for that. However, I will update you throughout my day. I'm going to try to record a couple minutes in one spot and then go somewhere else and then record a couple minutes there and kind of give myself a little bit diversity and not have to ramble about one simple thing for 10 minutes long. Right now, I'm just currently sitting at the end of my road. I'm waiting for all of my maps and stuff to load up so I can go do my job, and then I have to go and stop by my workplace, which I won't film there just because on all of the trucks and everything like that has my work name, and there's no real way to hide it besides blurring out everything, and I don't want to do that, and it's just not worth it. So I have to go to my workplace to make sure that the machine that reads the lines in my truck has been hooked up properly again, because yesterday I had to go to AutoZone to get my work truck battery fixed, or swapped out, because it wasn't starting. It would sound like it was going to go cold start and then it would just click really fast. So I got the battery swapped out. Now we're all good to go, but I just have to make sure everything is all hooked up properly, because if not, then I lost all of the progress that I made yesterday. So I got to make sure that's in check so I don't get really far behind doing a bunch of my job without actually making progress in the percentage. So I'll see you guys probably shortly after I stop by my job to make sure that everything is all worked out, and I find a nice place when I go to take a break at work. I'm probably going to do the rest of this video outside and just talk about whatever comes up then. I'll see you guys in a little bit. So I just got back from my job when I dropped the truck. Well, I didn't drop the truck off. I just got back from going to my job to see why my stuff was not taking the percentage, and it turns out because I had the battery swapped yesterday, we had to pop the fuse to get all the hardware to reset itself so that it would work properly. And now all the lights are popping up properly. Just so you know what I'm talking about, I'll give you a little run through of what my job is. As you can see, this is the map that I have to follow. All the green lines is what I've already done, and all the black lines is what has to be done. And this goes on for over 6,000 miles I have to drive in my job. I have to redo all of this green that I've already did yesterday, and then I'm gonna have to finish out the rest of this community tomorrow, because this community takes a while to get done. Now, if we don't mind the mess of wires, but if we show you down here, there you go. So that you can see is the machine. There's an antenna on the top of my truck that reads the telephone lines that connects to that machine, that actually goes through and processes the data onto hard drives and then sends it to my company. and then they get the data from there, and then it's all uploaded like online and stuff, so I can see how far I got, and then they can submit it to the FCC and everything of the sort like that. So it's just a weird thing, but all I have to do is pretty much drive around and just follow this map and just get as high as a percentage as I possibly can get. That's basically the details of my job. So when it comes crunch time, if I'm like behind or something like that, that's why I have a hard time making videos, because there's just really no way I could take the time in between to actually go and stop and make a video. I don't mind the job, but I also don't really like the job that much. However, I have decided that I am going to check up with my bank to see what the highest auto loan is that I can possibly get. And I want to see if they will give me enough money to be able to take out a loan and buy outright one of the new Broncos, and then I could turn around and try to sell my car and pay off that loan, and then have some money that goes towards the new loan. And that way I could essentially try to finance the car through the bank with the loan instead of through the dealer, because I feel like that's the smarter way to go about it, because I feel like the bank doesn't screw you over as hard as a dealer would, because the dealer kind of tries to screw you any way that they possibly can. However, I'm also thinking about potentially trying to lease the car for as long as I possibly can, and then somehow buy it off if I can't get approved for a loan like that, because a lease payment is a lot cheaper than like the finance payment. However, I do understand that if you lease something, you end up paying more in the end. I think even if I ended up paying a little bit more than what the car's worth in the end or whatever, I think it's the best bet, because especially where I live with all this snow and everything, like I feel like the new Bronco would be pretty much the perfect kind of vehicle to have in my area. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it possible, but I'm going to try my hardest to do anything that I can to get that to happen. And if I can manage to do it somehow, I'm going to vlog everything that I go through to get to it. Obviously, besides like the inside of the bank or anything like that, but I really want to try to make it a reality. It would be something really nice to have in my life, and I've never had like a brand new car. And yes, I would get it used, but they're brand new this year with the 2021, so they don't really have any used versions yet, because it's not even completely out yet. But I definitely want to start looking into that and see where I can go and do with about that. Another thing is I've also realized I have a bunch of friends that like the way that I take photos and stuff. And I'm trying to think if I should open up like a small little like camera shop, not like a store, but like a little camera shop where I take them out onto a location and then teach them how to like properly compose something. And if I could find like a model, like teach them how to take like portrait photography or like landscape photography, whichever photography that they're kind of into, and kind of show them the ropes and like really help them start to learn the camera and stuff, just for like a small fee, for like, I don't know, maybe $50 for an hour of my time or something of the sort, you know, something like that, just to help out a bunch of people. And then if it works out well with friends, then maybe I can start doing it for other people that are interested, that are like in my area, that might be wanting to try to start getting into photography. So that's something that I'm also like throwing over as an idea in my head, and I think that would be a great thing to possibly do. However, again, I'm gonna repeat myself. I absolutely can't wait for March 1st, which is this Monday coming up. I have something coming and I'm so excited. It's been a long time coming. I worked very hard to get to like be able to do this, and I'm just so excited to make that video and a couple videos afterwards possibly. I'm just really excited, because everything that I get, all of my gear and all of that stuff, none of it is sponsored. It's all out of pocket. And being on the R6 and getting into the RF mount platform is very expensive. I'll be completely honest with you. It's very expensive. And a lot of people say, you know, I wouldn't spend that much on your hobby or whatever, but my reasoning why I invested so much is because I enjoy it so much. I am trying to make it a living in some way, somehow. And then on top of that, if it doesn't pan out and I feel like I need to sell some of my gear, any glass that I invest into, like the lenses that I've invested into or anything like that, is just going to be able to hold their resale value for the most part. Like, it's going to be very well on terms of how much they would resell for. And even the camera bodies, if it's well taken care of and not abused, hold their value. So I feel like it's a pretty smart investment, and I'm hoping that I can make a living out of it some way, somehow, because if I do, I'll definitely be making a lot more money than I already do at this kind of job, and I'll be working on my own terms. I'll be my own boss. The only main thing that I'm really scared of while going down this route is the fact that I would have to do my own taxes. I wouldn't just get like a W-2 form at the end of the year like I usually do with any other normal job. I'd have to figure out how to do all of that, and it's a little overbearing, but I have to try to get myself out of my comfort zone because I've been very complacent lately, and complacency is a nice place to be in terms of how it feels, because you just feel like everything is okay, like you don't need to stress, you don't need to worry about more, you're in your comfort zone, and that just feels great. However, you're not making progress if you're not putting yourself outside of your comfort zone. And I have to actually start putting myself outside of my comfort zone and start making decisions that are going to like be able to impact my life and start taking risks, because I've been just complacent for so long and I'm getting nowhere, and I'm absolutely not happy with where I'm at, because I know I'm capable of going somewhere further or doing better things, and I just haven't done any of it. And I'm 27 years old and I want to start living my life. I really want to be able to make a nice living. It's that way if I do find a girlfriend or a significant other and I do buckle down and we start a family and have kids or anything of that sort, that I don't have to worry or stress or struggle. I'm going to figure out how to close my videos and open them better as we go on. So if you like my video, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. It will absolutely help me so much more than you can believe. And I plan to keep making content for you guys for as long as I possibly can, and plan to keep trying to make my content a lot better. I know I keep repeating myself with the like and subscribe thing and it gets annoying, but a lot of, like half of my viewers aren't even following. So if you can just like and subscribe, it would really help me out, and it would mean the world. So I'll see you guys in the next video, and I hope you all are well.